G'day legends, we're heading down under for UFC 325 in Sydney, Australia at Kudos Bank Arena. Get ready for some fired up Aussie fans, Australia, birthplace of the one and only Husky herself. And home to the original steel cage, known as Thunderdome. And just like Thunderdome, 2 men enter, only 1 leaves with the belt.
Welcome to another edition of Thunderdome!
Now when men get to fighting, it happens here, and it finishes here. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. And right now, I've got 2 men. 2 men with a gut full of fear. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dying times here.
The Featherweight Championship is on the line as Australian legend Alexander the Great Volkanovski defends against explosive Diego Lopes. Volkanovski is the embodiment of consistency and toughness. A long-time champion, he's built his legacy on durability, composure, and an unmatched work ethic. Calm under pressure and battle-tested at the highest level. Volk has seen every look this division can offer and thrives under the brightest lights. Across from him stands Diego Lopes, explosive, fearless, and always a threat. Known for his aggression, confidence, and willingness to take risks. Lopes brings intensity from the opening bell and never shies away from danger. Experience meets momentum, champion meets challenger. And in Sydney, Thunderdome decides.
I'm here to stay!
If you want real fight talk with a bit of Aussie chaos, hit the like button and subscribe. And let's ride through UFC 325 together. And always remember to stay husky, mate. In the featherweight division, we have Kaan Ofli versus Yizha. Kaan's route is about imposing physicality. He needs to compress space and make the fight uncomfortable. Chin pressure is key. Leaning, hand fighting, forcing Yizha to work constantly. Anytime the fight hits the mat, Kaan benefits from staying heavy and methodical. He wins if he can slow the pace and turn exchanges into long, grinding sequences. If Kaan controls where the fight happens, he controls the outcome. Yizha wins by ownership of space and timing. He must fight long, touching, and exiting before Kaan can engage. Clean strikes matter more than volume. Visible scoring, low risk. Defensive awareness in clinch situations is critical. Disengage fast, reset. He doesn't need to dominate, just constantly outwork Kaan at range. His success depends on discipline and restraint, not aggression. Yizha does the cleaner work over the course of the fight, avoids extended clinch or ground time, and builds points, leading through spacing, timing, and composure. Give me Yizha by decision. In the featherweight division, we have Jonathan Micallef versus Oban Elliott. Jonathan's path is about initiative and volume. He needs to be the one starting exchanges and keeping Oban reacting. Constant forward pressure, not reckless, but enough to deny comfort. Mixing looks and tempo so Oban cannot settle into read or counter rhythm. winning time in close range where activity matters more than precision. Jonathan wins by stacking minutes, not moments. Oban's success depends on control and restraint, fighting at a measured pace, picking clean shots, staying defensively responsible while letting Jonathan come to him, avoiding long stretches where he's backed up or conceding space, making Jonathan pay for overextensions. Oban needs the fight to feel calm to win. Jonathan does enough in every phase to stay ahead. More visible work, more time dictating where exchanges happen. Jonathan Micallef by decision. In the middleweight division, we have Jacob Malkoun taking on Torrez Finney. Jacob's pass is control through consistency. He wants to dictate where the fight happens and keep it there. Close the distance safely, initiate grappling, and stay heavy on top. Patience is key. No rushing, no overcommitting, just steady pressure. He wins minutes by denying space and limiting Torrez's offense. If Jacob turns this into a positional fight, he's in his element. Torrez's route is physical exhaustion and momentum. He needs to be first and make Jacob react. Explosive entries forcing scrambles instead of settled positions. Making the fight athletic rather than technical. Capitalizing quickly if Jacob hesitates or slows. Torrez wins when the fight stays fast and physical. Jacob's ability to manage space, secure control, and accumulate minutes should outweigh Torrez's bursts. Give me Jacob Malkoun by decision.
Can't win for losing, and the beggars start choosing.
In the middleweight division, we have Cam Rowston taking on Cody Brundage. Cam's pass is about pressure and purpose. He needs to push the pace without rushing finishes, forcing Cody to defend repeatedly rather than letting him preset, mixing targets to open up headshots later, letting damage accumulate before going for the kill. He'll win if he keeps Cody under sustained stress. Cody's route is early assertion and disruption. He needs to make the fight physical immediately, forcing clinches and messy exchanges to break Cam's rhythm, capitalizing early if Cam starts slow. Turn the fight into a scramble-heavy affair. His best moments come when the fight is chaotic. Cam's pressure and accumulation force a breakdown, likely off the back of sustained exchanges rather than a single clean shot. Give me Cam Rowston by knockout. And in the heavyweight division, we have Junior Tafa taking on Billy Elekana. Junior's path is immediate danger. He wants to keep the fight standing and make every exchange risky. Early pressure with power to force Billy into defensive reactions, cutting off space rather than chasing, ending things before the fight settles into longer phases. Junior wins if the fight stays explosive and short. Billy's route is survival into control. He needs to weather the early storm without panic, close the distance slowly, and turn striking exchanges into grappling. Make Junior work defensively instead of offensively. Once on the mat, stay calm, advance position, and wait for openings. Billy doesn't need speed, he needs composure. Billy absorbs the early danger, turns the fight into a grappling contest, and capitalizes once Junior's explosiveness fades. Give me Billy Elekana by submission. And in the lightweight division, we have Quillan Salkilld versus Jamie Mullarkey. Quillan's path is about speed, turning into damage. He needs to fight the fight fast early without forcing a finish. Sharp entries and exits to make Jamie miss and reset repeatedly. He'll want to draw Jamie towards him and punish him as he squares up. letting accumulation create openings rather than hunting one shot. Quillan wins when movement and timing start breaking Jamie's rhythm. Jamie's route is pressure and durability. He wants to walk Quillan down and make exchanges long. Clinch work and dirty boxing to slow the pace. Absorbing shots to stay at range and return fire. Turning the fight into a battle of attrition. Jamie wins if he can smother Quillan's speed. Quillan's movement and timing draw Jamie into repeated exchanges. By the second round, the accumulation shows, an opening appears, and Quillan capitalizes with a clean finish. Give me Quillan Salkilld by knockout.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.
In the heavyweight division, we have Tuivasa versus Tallison Teixeira. Ty's path is explosive power and timing. He'll want to be early with heavy strikes to make Tallison respect his range, pressuring and cutting angles to create openings for big shots. Short, decisive bursts rather than prolonged exchanges, capitalizing on any mistakes or overcommits from Tallison. He'll win if he lands clean before Tallison can control the pace. Tallison's route is composure and control, staying patient, picking his moments rather than rushing, using clinch or grappling to slow Ty's momentum, landing counters when Ty overcommits, and forcing longer exchanges where he can compose his rhythm. Tallison wins by surviving Ty's early power and dictating the fight after. Tallison uses early aggression and precision to capitalize on Ty's openings. Give me Tallison Teixeira by knockout.
You were the shadow to my...
In the lightweight division, we have Rafael Fiziev taking on Mauricio Ruffy. Rafael wins if he keeps the fight standing and uses his striking with kicks and combinations and counters. He'll want to pressure Ruffy early to open up a finish. If Ruffy doesn't take him down, land significant shots to win a KO or decision. Ruffy survives the opening striking onslaught without taking a big KO, closes the distance to neutralize Fiziev's stand-up, and takes the fight to the ground or clinches, controlling Fiziev and slowing the pace. Exhibit any overcommits from Fiziev with counters, submissions or control. Grind through the rounds to win by decision or capitalize a late KO. By controlling the pace, Ruffy avoids Fiziev's power and turns the fight into a strategy contest, frustrating Fiziev and winning on points or catching him with the KO. Give me Mauricio Ruffy by decision. In the co-main event of the lightweight division, we have Dan Hooker taking on Benoit Saint-Denis. Dan will want to use his stand-up and striking by using long-range kicks, elbows and combinations to keep Saint-Denis at bay. He'll want to cut off the cage and force BSD into mistakes. If he can keep it standing and avoid grappling, win rounds with clean, effective striking. He'll want to exploit the openings when BSD shoots for takedowns or overextends. Benoit Saint-Denis avoids Hooker's striking range, look to take Hooker down or secure a clinch. Benoit can be overzealous, use submissions like chokes or armbars if Hooker leaves limbs exposed. He'll want to set up early in round one, maintain control, and finish once Hooker tries to leave an opening. Saint-Denis' grappling advantage allows him to survive early striking, control the pace, and secure a submission. Give me Benoit Saint-Denis by submission.
He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said, I come from a land down under.
And in the main event of the evening, we have in the featherweight division, Alexander Volkanovski taking on Diego Lopes. Alexander will want to control the pace and dictate distance, press the center of the octagon and make Lopes fight on Volk's terms. Use precise combination, leg kicks and angles to accumulate points. To keep Lopes off balance, defend takedowns, and secure with clinch strikes. Avoid risky exchanges and outwork Lopes over 5 rounds and win consistently on the scorecards. For Diego, he'll want to stay active and aggressive. Pressure Volk and look for openings in the strikings. Attempt to disrupt Volk's rhythm with wrestling or well-timed counters. He'll want to use explosive moments to try for a finish or swing rounds in his favour. He can land significant strikes, control key moments, or neutralise Volk's pace. Volk's smart pacing, volume striking, and octa control allow him to outwork Lopes over the fight, making it hard for Lopes to score enough to take the decision. Give me Alexander the Great Volkanovski by decision.
Would you